Yeah. Now to set this, this video here is going to be about setting up the app. You can always edit these later, so if you don't get it right first time, don't worry. Just remember that we need to work out what our neutral activity, which has the weighting of 1 minute equals 1 energy unit, and then you can add activities you do each day and set their weighting as well, and adding setting up drains and refills. So first we've got to work out what our neutral activity is. Now I'll put a few examples up. You can choose one of those. So sitting and reading, TV, internet, all those sort of sedentary things. We could make that one. We could also press the plus sign here and make up our own one, which we think is our neutral activity. Right, so I'll just go for this one. That says, sitting and reading. Do I want to do that one? Yes, that's the one I'll put as my baseline. So next we move on to your activities. So now we're going to rate all these different activities in relation to the neutral activity. Now, I suggest you do start with the defaults. As you'll see, even those you can edit up front rather than just starting with blank. If you start with blank, pretty much you've got to come up with all your own activities and give them a weighting. So I would start with the defaults. So they're sort of organised around sort of obvious sort of things like self-care, and we'll have other topics. But the idea is you need to open each one of these up as you go. And that's showering is rated 1, so it's fairly a neutral type activity. And we just got to say, okay, I agree with the 1. Getting dressed, put there as 2, sounds about right. Resting, well, you see that's 0.2. So obviously if you're resting, you're going to use less than your neutral activity. That might just be when you're sort of just, having a lay back on a couch or something. But you can also just by tapping there, you can change that to say 0.3 or even less, 0.1, for instance. So that's now, I'm okay with that. Let's change to that. And then we go through and do all these ones, food preparation, for dishwashing, light cleaning, floors vacuuming, laundry. Okay, so we could also, add one, we just give it a name and then work out a weighting for that, and that'll be added to the list as well. And then we go through. Now, say with child washing, dressing, well, I don't have any children, so I'll just remove that activity, right? Playing with children, well, it's not something I do very often, so we'll remove that as well. Just makes it a bit simple. Child supervision's also out. Child supervision, do that again. Remove activity. Homework help, not doing much of that either. So parents, no, not caring for parents. So I don't have much in that section, that's all right. Then, some socialising activities, going out with people, 4 units, say, so I'm using up, for every minute I do that, I use up 4 energy units. Okay, that's about right. Talking on the phone, 4 energy units. Parties, events, all right. House visitors, okay. Family events, can be a bit tiring, 5 units. TV, doesn't use up too much energy, so it's below 1. Okay, social media, maybe get a bit stressed, reading about what everyone else is doing with their lives while you're stuck at home. Anyway, 1.2. Surfing the web, again, you can get sort of worked up a bit, too much going on in the world. Obviously computer work, 4 units, that's a bit more intense. Standings, 7, I've put it quite high, get quite tired quickly. Meetings can be a bit exhausting. 4, reading. So as I said, probably I might reduce that. Probably reading's fairly neutral for me, so it makes more sense to be 1. Writing, that's a bit more intense, 5 units. Walking, 8. So I've already upped it quite a lot because I think to me walking does use a lot of energy. A normal walk, 12 units, so even higher. Light weights, just lifting up little 5 kilo weights or something. Obviously that's pretty tiring too. Stretching, less tiring but still uses up a bit of energy. Swimming, pretty tiring, like similar with walking. And as we go, driving definitely can use up more energy. Being driven, even being a passenger, can be a bit stressful sometimes. Bus or train. And again, the thing is, Obviously, certain activities have, you have a bit of walking, and then say to the bus stop, and then you get on a bus, and then you're on the bus sort of being jostled around, whatever. So you can rate each of those. The walk to the bus stop is a different thing than the actual time on the bus, all right? So just waiting around for someone, flying in a plane, all that drama. But again, if it's walking to the terminal, that's a separate thing than the actual time spent on the plane, right? So we move on, medical appointments, I put them a bit higher. Shopping is quite a lot of walking and stuff involved, so I put that higher. Movies, entertainment, generally a bit more relaxing. School related, I don't really have that one, I'll get rid of that. And education I'm not currently doing, so I'll get rid of that one. And then I move on. Okay, now we're on to your refills and drains, which is, as I said, things that are going to give you a bit more energy are your refills, like meditation or maybe just sitting in nature or something, or even having a rest, even lying down, having a little sleep, whatever. While drains are things which are going to sort of like stress or poor sleep, poor mood, which are going to sort of detract from even the limited energy you have available. So here again, click on each one of these just to make sure that you want to keep it, like meditation, daytime sleep, a bit of time in nature. Maybe have a massage, keep that one. Social support, someone checks in on you, makes you feel good. Drains, we've got things like stress, we'll keep that. Depression, it's hard not to be sometimes when you're exhausted all the time. Anxiety, about how much you can do or can't do, yes, probably keep that one. Alcohol and drugs, well, sometimes you might feel like something to just have a change, but it might have an effect on your energy level. Poor sleep, not uncommon with people with ME CFS, so we'll definitely keep that one in. Pain, aches and pains, joints, who knows, it's quite common in, again, ME CFS. So there we go, we've set up that one. So there, we've done all our things now. Now we'll stop there and I'll start another video about this screen.